These are oil pastels, and I've not used oil pastels in any other way before being introduced to, a few years ago from in a workshop, which had to do with encaustic and cold wax, and they're very powerful. The pigment is very strong in them. So this little piece is kind of colorful, kind of pleasant colors. I'm going to add a little more interest to it. And these are some perforated strips that you can buy in a roll. And the idea is not to make polka dots, but to add some interesting texture. One thing about encaustics in a container is it settles to the bottom. The pigment settles to the bottom. So when you go to start to use them, and this is what I tell students in a workshop, is you take your brush down to the bottom of the container and bring it up. You bring up that pigment. You don't just start using it right off the top. So I'm putting several layers of this on so it gets a little thicker than it would if I were just putting down one layer. And then I'm lifting this off. So in the interest of time, I'll scrape some of these and you'll see what happens. One thing I wanted to include a little bit of are these crayons again. Again, as what we used to call mark making, or scribbling, we now call mark making. It makes it sound like something sophisticated and worthy, doesn't it? This is an example of using these polka dots, more than what I just demonstrated. But this is the same thing. This is made from the same thing, these areas, almost the whole thing. But it's one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. Scrape back, applied a little bit more, and a little bit more, and scraped it back again, and you get this, well here, almost fish scale looking texture. So with this piece, I added some raised squares in here with a stencil and some medium, which is more or less clear, not completely, and a few pencil lines, crayon lines actually, from the crayons here, the color crayons. And that was about it. I added a little more metallic oil pastel and fused it a bunch of times, and that pretty much was it.